Welcome back, gamers. Today, I'm really excited to announce that we're releasing rotation guides for all three specs for Rogue and Mists of Pandaria. Links for the other two videos will be in the description below, but for this video, it's time to talk about Subtlety Rogue. We're going to break this video down into multiple sections. The first section is going to be the opener and cooldown rotation, and then the normal single target rotation. The sections after that will just be 2-target AoE cleave and then pure AoE. Starting off with the opener, just like Cataclysm sub, we will want to Tricks the Tank or a DPS before the pull goes out, pre-pot at 2 seconds before the pull, stealth, and as the pull goes out, pre-med into Slice and Dice and then Shadow Step Ambush. Or pre-med into Shadow Step Ambush, Hemo, and then get a 5-point Slice and Dice. From here, you have two options. Hold Shadow Blades until Find Weakness falls, or pop it immediately. Either way you chop it up, both options are extremely close to one another, though people have told me the pre-med ambush slice feels better for the cooldown phase. I will talk about other options such as Shadow Blade's timing and other footnotes that will change these rotations at the end of the video, so just make sure to watch all the way through. After that, you will Hemo if not previously used, then build the 5 combo points to Rupture while Master of Shadows is up to capitalize on the damage amp for the Rupture. Because of the Hemorrhaging Veins glyph, Hemo has covered the Sanguinary Veins passive, so we're not concerned about casting Rupture earlier in the opener. Then, you will Backstab till 5 combo points and Evis, then pause to pull energy for your first Shadow Dance. When you reach 85 energy or find weaknesses at 0.5 seconds left on its debuff, you will pop Shadow Dance, ambush spam while using pre-med off CD till at least 5 combo points. I say at least because, with the release of Mists of Pandaria, Sub now has access to Anticipation. Anticipation essentially gives us access to pulling another 5 set of combo points on top of our already existing 5. Make sure during your Shadow Dance to send Eviscerate with as many modifiers, i.e. Trinket procs, Pre-pot, Synapse Springs, and external buffs like Stormlash and Banner as possible before they fade to benefit from the added DPS and stat modifiers that you can. Additionally, try to cast Ambush as your final spell in Shadow Dance. From this point, you will write out your Find Weakness debuff on the boss till it's about to fade, and then try to optimally refresh your Slice and Dice, Rupture, and Hemo. Slice and Rupture can be refreshed at 2 or less seconds remaining, and Hemo with 3 or less seconds. Doing so adds the remaining time to the new cast without any wasted ticks. Once Find Weakness is about to end, vanish into an ambush pre-med, and then pop Preparation immediately to put it on cooldown, as well as refreshing your Vanish CD. Continue on with your normal rotation until Find Weakness is about to drop, then vanish again, rinse, repeat, and now you're into the normal rotation. There are some caveats to this opener that I want to mention before we move on to talking about the normal rotation. As I had mentioned before, because of Anticipation, we now have access to 10 combo points. There will be opportunities during the fight where you don't have to refresh Slice or Rupture as a Vanish is coming up, which gives you the opportunity to pull combo points before a Vanish so that you can increase the amount of Eviscerates that you get while that Find Weakness is up. Whenever this opportunity presents itself, take advantage of it. It will be a DPS gain. If you guys like the week aura pack on screen, anyone who subs to my Twitch or becomes a member on YouTube gains access to it, as well as my entire UI. We will also do early releases on YouTube for YouTube members for supporting videos like these throughout the entirety of the expansion. If you do subscribe on either platform, just make sure that if you want access to the week aura pack, that you join my Discord, and whatever platform that you subscribed on is linked to your Discord account. Now, on to the normal rotation. Shadow Dance is on a 1-minute cooldown, and just like Kata, is still something you want to pool for. The minimum energy that you want going into a Shadow Dance to maximize ambush and eviscerates is going to be roughly 85 energy. So pay attention to your Shadow Dance cooldown and make sure you are pulling before popping it. Even if it means delaying popping it slightly off CD, it's okay. It's not a DPS loss because of how important Find Weakness is for a DPS profile as a sub-rogue. It's extremely important that we are optimizing the uptime of the Find Weakness buff whenever we have the chance to use it. So I can't stress enough pulling to ensure that you get the optimal 4 to 5 ambushes off during dance so that you have more uptime with the debuff. In terms of the normal rotation, it's fairly simple. Maintain Slice and Dice and Ruptures at 5 combo points. You don't ever really have to worry about these falling off at the same time because of Anticipation. In the event that they would fall off at the same time, pull the 10 combo points, refresh both buffs as they get down to the 2-second mark, and continue to Backstab spam with Eviscerate. Something important to note here as well, if you read the fine print on Anticipation, it only gives you the combo points when using offensive abilities. That means if you're planning to refresh both Slice and Rupture at the same time, and they are falling off at the same time, you won't get the Anticipation combo points if you refresh Slice first. So take the L with a very, very minor loss of uptime of Slice and refresh Rupture first to ensure that after you don't lose more uptime on Rupture by refreshing Slice first and then being forced to build back to 5 combo points. From here, all you need to do is manage your burst windows with Shadow Dance pulling, trying to build combo points whenever a Vanish comes off cooldown for that big Eviscerate bonus damage and your dots as well as Slice. Something cool to mention here that I mentioned at the start of the cooldown rotation, every time you Vanish, you will get Master of Subtlety again, and if you are around the time that you need to refresh a Rupture, you will get a nice DPS gain off of that as well, so pay attention to that. This is also just another reason as to why it's important to pool combo points for those Eviscerates when you can. We ran the numbers. There are two different ways to use Shadow Blades. One of them is outside the Find Weakness window, which you would do by ambushing on pull, waiting till your first Find Weakness falls off, and then using Shadow Blades after that, or popping them all together. The DPS difference was usually plus or minus 200 DPS with different gearing options, and in an expansion where you're going to be doing 176k in full BIS, I really just don't think this is something that you should sweat. So in my opinion, just take the easy route and pop them all together. That's what I'll be doing anyway. The only time I would say I differ on this would really just come down to boss fight times and potential loss of CDs because I didn't optimize for the specific fight I'm on. Now, I get a lot of comments of Rogue saying they want to play sub but it's too hard, or that the rotation is too complicated. This all sounds like a lot on paper to keep track of, but across all three specs, it's actually fairly easy to optimize all of them with macros. For those of you that don't really want to worry about the management of all these cooldowns and burst windows, it's really simple. You can get within 99% of the sim DPS by just macroing Shadow Blades into Shadow Dance with your Racial and Synapse Springs. Or, if you want to skip the headache of this entirely, allow me to tell you about today's video sponsor, Next Action Guide. Are you tired of juggling cooldowns, uptime, procs, and trying to line up the perfect burst window? Fonz's Next Action Guide has your back. Whether you're new, returning, or trying to push your class to the limit, Next Action Guide gives you a live, in-game visual guide to your rotation. It dynamically adapts to your current combat state, cooldowns, buffs, debuffs, procs, so you will always know what to press next. No more deciphering cluttered UIs during high-pressure moments, just clean, reliable direction when it matters most. The Next Action Guide isn't just a tool for beginners. Its system is designed so theory crafters can keep rotations updated throughout the entire expansion. It pulls directly from WoW sims, parses rotations in seconds, and transforms them into real-time actions that continuously get refined by top players from each community. Personally, I've been helping polish Rogue rotations since the start of Cataclysm, and what I love the most about them, they're fast, active, and always improving. If you spot something that could be better, just report it, and chances are, it'll be fixed before your next raid night. Links will be in the description below. Make sure to use code SQW for 10% off your purchase. Thank you Next Action Guide for sponsoring this video. Now onto the AoE rotations. For 2-target cleave, you will do the exact same cooldown rotation as mentioned for single target, but you will now add juggling Rupture and Hemo onto the second target. This will significantly impact the amount of Eviscerates that you do, but that's okay. Rupture does more damage per energy than Eviscerate does, so there's no need to sweat. Then you will maintain Crimson Tempest as well, essentially turning you into a full dot rotation alongside Slice and Dice. Crimson Tempest can also be refreshed below 2 seconds. For 3+ targets, you will still do your cooldown rotation, but instead of Backstab as a generator, you will use Fan of Knives. Still ambushing anything below 5 targets, but when you get to 6, you will drop ambush entirely. And then finally for 7+ targets, you will just Fan of Knives and Crimson Tempest while keeping up Slice and Dice for energy regen. Now for my closing thoughts and footnotes. Sub is in a really strong spot at the moment at the start of the expansion. It is currently simming as one of the strongest, if not the strongest single target spec in the entire game. I think anyone who is afraid to play this spec is really limiting themselves. Back in Kata when this spec was way harder, I was intimidated by its rotation as well. But it's so much easier now, especially because anticipation that you don't really have a reason to not try. I don't know man, you miss like 100% of the shots you don't take or whatever. Anyway. Shadow Blades will likely not be something that you want to keep macroed into your Shadow Dance or just pop without a thought later on in the expansion because during tier 15, we have a set bonus that reduces our energy cost of our abilities while using Shadow Blades. So be mindful, as I think this will change over the lifespan of the expansion, but for right now, it's totally okay. Whenever you're on cleave fights, just make sure to use the redirect glyph, especially on 2-target cleave. Coming out of Shadow Dance can massively help with thought management and uptime on all of the different things that you have to keep up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you didn't, make fun of me in the comments anyways. I will be adding these rotation guides as text documents into my Discord, so join the Discord and check those out, as well as tons of other information on useful macros, BIS lists, and potential boss guides in the future. Peace!